It's the lifeblood of the business. Irrational hope. Do you have it? If you don't have it, do you want to have it? These are the things that you need to be thinking through if you're looking to start a dumpster rental business or any business, period. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Daniel, and in today's video, I want to share with you, somebody recently asked me this question, when you're starting your own business, whether it's a dumpster rental business, junk removal, something entirely different, at what point do you kind of jump off the cliff and really take a whole lot of risk getting into that business? What does it really take to get to that point, to take the action? You've done all the research, you've asked all the questions, you don't even know of any other questions to ask. At what point do you actually take action and execute? I wanted to share my thoughts on this. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. If you can put it into words, it's a little hard for me to, but I'm hoping I can kind of translate from my mind to spit it out to you, to share with you kind of what's going through my mind when I look back at when I started my dumpster rental business almost 2 years ago, what really went into that and what was my mindset going into it. And I think, what has changed since then. So to begin with, my mindset when I first started was I wanted to do, ask all the questions. I want to find out all the answers, do as much research as possible. A lot of people do that. You should do that. If you're not, you're in for a big surprise or many surprises. When you're starting a business, maybe you're thinking about all the money you could make. Maybe you're thinking about all the pieces of equipment you could have or whatever that looks like for your business. However, there's a lot more that's involved in a business. And certainly when there's trouble, there's a lot of pain points. There's a lot of issues that come up that can slow you down, that can cripple you, that could maybe run you out of business entirely. And so what's the mindset that enables you to not only just start, but to move forward, to progress, to take action, building your business into what you picture it to be someday? In my experience, I believe that to be irrational hope. If it was rational, that means to a certain degree, there's evidence, there's enough information, you've compiled all the pieces together to have a reasonable expectation of success. And to a certain point, you should be able to have a rational degree of hope because you do have all this compiled information that you can take action on, and to the degree that you could, foresee, you have done your homework, you have done your due diligence. But what after that? Let's say you do all those things. You ask all the questions. You've got, from insurance to the equipment to advertising to all these things to be able to start your business to run. However, what next? What happens day 2, day 3? The phone doesn't, pick up. What then? For you to have irrational hope, I believe the rational runs out at a certain point. And then from there on, it's irrational hope. But what is hope? Hope is the thing that you believe that has not yet happened yet, that you believe will happen in the future. So for you to irrationally believe that there is a expectation that it's going to happen, but yet you don't have the evidence to prove it. You don't have the guarantee. You don't have the slam dunk. You don't have your first 5 clients lined up yet. You don't have contracts. You don't have these roofers, these fill in the blank. You have no reassurances. You have stepped off the cliff. You are taking your first step. You are trying to fly. You are you're at your most vulnerable position. You're hoping for the best without any guarantees. And some might say, well, you're being over optimistic. You're just completely irrational. There is no guarantee of anything, and you're out there, buddy. Like there is no reason for you to succeed, and that's true. There are no guarantees. I have tomorrow. All of my equipment could be stolen. It could blow up. Horrible things could happen to me. Like, there are no guarantees. However, I believe at a certain point, irrationally, that good things will happen, that I will succeed. In my mind, I believe that I am going to succeed, it doesn't matter how many times I fail. In fact, I'd rather fail a lot more in a shorter amount of time if I can survive it financially and every other way as well, so that I can learn from all those failures, so that I can be that much quicker down the road to be successful. So for me, when I'm looking at, where is my business going to be in 5 years? What do I want to accomplish? What is this supposed to look like? Am I going to be able to take care of my family? What is this going to be big picture wise? What is this truly going to look like? And for me, I do have irrational hope. That's what started this. I believe something without any guarantees. I'm trusting that it's going to work out later on without any reason guaranteed why. Now, for me personally, I believe God led me to start this business. I had peace about it. He directed me towards it. And ultimately, I took action. I trusted in Him for following through with this. All the way through, I believe He's led me. And that's a whole other long story I'd be happy to share with anybody. However, as far as the business goes, day to day, from day one till day 700, 800, whatever it is now, I have a irrational hope that tomorrow will get better, because I'm going to go through the hard things. I'm going to go through all these trials. I'm going to learn the hard way. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can learn the easy way. But to start your business, that actionable process for you to go to the next step in the long line of steps, it takes irrational hope for you to go to the next thing. If you don't believe me, picture somebody without hope. Have you ever been without hope? I know there's been times in my life where I have felt hopeless in situations. I've been at some pretty dark areas in my life where I didn't have hope. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do X, Y, Z. If you don't have hope, you're done. And just as easily as you hopefully don't lose hope, but you can have it back. You can gain that hope back. There's times where you get beat down in business. There's times where everything just falls apart and you're just going, oh my word, what's next? What's going to blow up next? Or timing of things not working out, and customers, and yada, yada, yada. If you lose hope in your business, that's the life source of your business. If you, the business owner, does not have irrational hope, believing something's going to happen even though you can't back it up, you can't prove it, you're not going to be going for much longer, in my opinion. That's what every single business owner has ever done, whether they admitted to it or realized it or not. Anybody who started a business didn't have guarantees, at a certain point, they did not have everything figured out. They had irrational hope. The optimistic level of thinking, but they didn't just start there and then just drop it right there after starting the business. They carried it forward every day, building on that. In my mind, to me, it's not a matter of a pride thing. I'm sure some people do have an ego thing, a pride thing of I'm the best, I'm the whatever that looks like for them. For me, how my my thinking goes is I'm always going to be trying to get better. I'm always going to try to be leveling up myself and my business. I'm always going to be learning. I'm always going to be trying to provide a better service to serve people. And with that comes a hunger, a deep, not an angry, push forward. In high school and middle school, I wrestled and I also played football. I was an offensive lineman. I was a left guard and a center when they needed me to be a center. And, when it's a run play, boom, I'm smacking them. I'm going as hard as I can, trying to drive them into the ground, forcing them forward until they blow the whistle, and maybe sometimes a little bit after that. That same drive, that fire, that degree comes from hope. If you don't have hope, there is no purpose to drive forward. There's no reason for you to do anything else. You're done. If you have irrational hope, only on top of, I'm not saying instead of doing your due diligence and figuring out your numbers and walking through all those things, that's the foundation. But on top of that, if you don't have irrational hope, you're not going to last long. It's not going to work out. For you to not have that fire, to drive forward, to always be pushing to level up your business. How can I expand my services? What can I do next? Is there a different angle I should be doing this at? Like, there's so many different things about this. If you have to be motivated by somebody else to get out of bed and to run your business or to start the business or whatever that looks like for you, I would wager to say that you do not have irrational hope. And if it takes somebody else dragging you, kicking and screaming to start your business, or to coerce you, or to convince you, or whatever that may look like, it's going to be a rough road. Because every day, I'm not a morning person, but every day I wake up with hope. At a certain point, it's irrational hope that I'm going to do better than I did yesterday. I'm going to tackle all of the problems that rise up in front of me. It may not be a win today, but it will be a win at some point. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to accomplish, I'm going to, whatever that looks like. I'm going to be successful. I define what that successful means, as you do, whatever that looks like for you and your business, you and your family. But if you do not have irrational hope, you have nothing. You may have all the guarantees in the world of the foundation, and yet if that's all you have, there's no innovation to push forward above that. There's no reason to level up, to provide a better service. It's the lifeblood of the business. Irrational hope. Do you have it? If you don't have it, do you want to have it? These are the things that you need to be thinking through if you're looking to start a dumpster rental business or any business, period. Earlier when I talked about, pride and an arrogant thing, it's really describing, not having those things. In my mind, it's a matter of determination and perseverance. Can you cut through all the troubles, the trials, the problems, the issues that they will come up, not if. When they do come up, how persistent will you be? How determined will you be? Do you see the hope through the trouble? Are you willing to take losses in the battle to win the war? That's the picture I have in my mind. It's not entirely about football, but when I picture my business, I picture, to a certain degree, running someone over, pancaking someone to the ground, running them over. I will win. I will be successful. That doesn't mean I'm going to beat Waste Management or Republic or other companies here locally. That doesn't mean I'm going to run people out of business, and I'm not so arrogant and blinded to say something like that. However, I have a fire that is deep, that I will charge forward regardless of what comes up. And at a certain point, it is irrational. There is no expectations that I have or guarantees that means I will be successful, that will, whatever that is for you. I don't have that for me. I have that deep fire. Do you have the fire? Are you hungry for it? Ask other business owners if they could describe what irrational hope means for them in their business. I think this is a powerful thing. My new friend who asked me this question recently, actually here just tonight, it really got me thinking. There's a lot of things that bounce around in my mind talking about starting a business and taking the leap and taking action and whatever that looks like, in your type of business, and boiling it all down to it, irrational hope. I can't explain it. I can't show it. I can't whatever. But it happens. And it's happened from the beginning. And it will happen until the Lord leads me in a different direction and I sell the business or something happens else, in a different way. That's what's going to happen. I can guarantee it will happen until I pivot some other direction. And there's nothing that's going to, shut my fire down. It's going to be a wet blanket. It is going to happen in my business. I'm going to learn from my failures, from other people's failures. This is going to happen, and it's just a matter of time. Not getting caught up in the micro, but looking at the macro, looking at the aerial view down below, saying, I'm just plotting. This thing, I haven't even started yet. We're just at the beginning here. I'm just licking my chops because we're just getting started. We're learning all the hard issues. We're learning from these problems that have come up. I'm just getting the motor started here. It's only a matter of time before I execute and follow through and build it even bigger. And I have that fire. So irrational hope, do you have it? If you don't, get it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. I'm fired up right now. I could probably go pull my dump trailer over my shoulder right now. I'm pumped up. I'm irrationally pumped up. I have hope. Do you? Have a great day, guys. Stay safe, and God bless.